Something that everybody thinks about, people that watch this show think about, is what goes wrong with government and why. Blaine Higgs is the Premier of New Brunswick. He joins me right now because I want to put the question to you. People seem to think that governments are incapable of doing anything. And the evidence is there in many cases where governments get hold of something and they completely screw it up. Tell me about your experience as Premier. You were in business for years, you've been Premier for years. How is it different, and can you make government behave more efficiently?
Well, certainly consistency from one government to the next is key to all this. The same as a business success. You build on success.
If you're NDP or socialist and then going to free enterprise, that's the problem.
But there isn't a consistency, right, from one government to the next. Every government comes in with their own priorities that they've invented during the election process. They're just to get elected and spend as much money as you can to buy the votes. But if you separate basically the political issue around legislation, policy development, social issues from service delivery, and you say, how do we separate so that running a hospital better, delivering education better, becomes the responsibility of the people actually delivering the education? And we monitor the results.
Thought.
Well, it's pretty basic, isn't it, really?
Well, it is, but it's not
But don't
usual.
come in and pretend, as an elected leader or as Premier, as any elected body, that all of a sudden I know more about education than you do. But I should know if you're getting the results that we need in our country. And what are those results? You should be telling me, for me to be best in class and best in the nation, best internationally, for our kids to have the best chance, you tell me what we need to have. And my job as a government is to keep enforcing and reinforcing those results. Same in healthcare. Best in class healthcare, what's it take? I want people that are going to manage the system. What we're missing in democracy is next to little, if any, management of actual service delivery.
So, Premier, that's your philosophy. You've applied it when you've been Premier in New Brunswick. Would you say that most people would agree that you got those results?
We got our results in a balanced budget. We balanced our budget for 6 years straight now. And we did that working with the democracy to do that, working with the bureaucracy to do that. People in the system with the same commitment to drive the results of a balanced budget. It was a basic fundamental principle. We will balance the budget. And we haven't raised taxes any to do that.
Okay, so then someone watching right now, if they're off to the left, not many lefties watch this show, but if they're saying, you balanced the budget and you didn't make cuts.
Right, we didn't make cuts. We paid $2 billion off our debt. We have $100 million now more in less than interest payments that we now can put into services, which we have. We've increased the budget dramatically, but we haven't raised taxes to do it.
So a number of people in other provinces would say, well, that's almost impossible, but you've done it.
Well, we've done it, and there's been a combination. We've had an increase in population, we've had an increase in revenue that come into the system, but we've also had a management and oversight and discipline to say balanced budget is a criteria which we will follow.
Premier, thank you very much. It's that word, discipline. Good for following it. 3 minutes. This show provides independent analysis of the issues. We are not paid by the government. And as I am finding, so much business in Canada relies upon various governments that they don't want to sponsor or advertise on a show which may become controversial, which talks about liberty, freedoms, sometimes criticizes government. I've had guests on that support the government. But people are saying, you know what? We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, i.e. government, which is why I hope you'll subscribe and contribute to keep this show on the air.